out, right, look at this shit. You know, of course it's gonna be by the Jeep. Right? Parking the bus stop. Okay. Who does that Jeep belongs to? My next door neighbor, who they used to target me with. And there we go, the number 32. Right here, KYZ 3209. Right? What kind of car is this? It's an Altima. Yeah, anyway, so you know, I was supposed to be home a lot earlier. Pam had asked me to watch the kids for her while she go to after work get together with co-workers, because she got a wedding to go to tomorrow. And you know, I told her no. And I was sticking to it because I know how she is when she go out. You know, the fact that she's having so much fun. And I told her, listen, I gotta get home because I gotta take a test. So, you know, that's why I'm not doing it, right? But she kept calling me. You know, hey, did you change your mind? This and that. So, you know, and I know I shouldn't have said yes, because again, malignant narcissists, they don't ever change. They don't ever, you know, see the other person's point of view or the importance. Right? So they will basically put their own interests over your interests, even if it's just ruining your night because they want to have fun, because it's all about them, and that's it, right? So I told her no. She called me like 3 times. Okay, so then I was like, you know what? I was like, okay, let me see. Let me give her one more chance. Let me see if she's going to really take what I just told her into consideration. Because I've been telling her, hey, I got a lot of work to do. You know, I got a test I got to take tonight, and it's 11 o'clock right now. So I got to get home and take this test. Okay? And I couldn't take it at her house because of the kids. You know, my son is sick, and I'm not going to put him in the same room with his sister. Okay? And so I was like, okay, so I called her back, and she was crying. Because she couldn't go. It's the same thing when she asked me to watch the kids while she go out to some party with her friends, and I told her no. And she was crying, literally, because she couldn't go. She's 45 years old, okay? And let me tell you. So I said, okay, fine, right? I said, okay, Pamela, I'll watch the kids for you, but I need you to be here at a decent time. Remember, I got, you know, a lot of schoolwork, and I got a test I got to take. And she's like, okay. She's like, I'll be home by 8:30, right? So then she texted me about 40 minutes later, and she was like, I'm in the cab, and so she was like, yeah, I'm in the cab, and I'll get there by 7 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, why is she texting me that she won't get there by 7 o'clock? Because again, the minute that she texted me that, I knew she was not going to leave at a, you know, and you know, it's just going to be a ridiculous night. So anyway, 9 o'clock I didn't hear from her. Okay, now mind you, know, she knows that I have a lot of work to do, and you know, I gotta take a test tonight. At 9:13, she texted me saying that am I ready for her to come home? So I'm like, why is she texting me I'm ready for her to come home? She should be in a cab on her way home. Okay? She basically put the decision on me. That's what she did. Okay? So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll oblige her. Because at that point, I decided that I was never going to do this again. I was never going to. I told her, I said, when she came in here, I said, don't you ever ask me to watch the kids for you so you can go with your friends or your co-workers after work, whatever. Don't ask me. Get a babysitter. Or, you know, you don't get it. The babysitter's in Las Vegas. I was like, I'm like, you know, you can't be that fucking clueless, you know? I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then she's like, you know, you don't, you know, I'm formal. I'm an empath, and you know, before I had kids and this and that, I used to close out the joint and all this shit. And I'm looking at this 45-year-old woman who's about to be 46, okay? acting like she's a damn 23-year-old. Okay? And telling me that, when I'm having fun, and it's the same shit, but it's a different way she's saying, but the same she told me the last time, that when she's having fun, she don't think about me. Or she thought about me this time. Helicopter flying over. She thought about me this time. She thought about just, instead of her making the right decision and the concern, and if she's an empath, then if you're an empath, you would be empathetic to my situation and be like, hey, you know what? I gotta go home. Now you're just doing me a solid. Let me not take advantage. Let me not ruin it. Let me go. Let me go home. But she put on me, so I said at that point, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I've made up my mind. This is it. So I said, you know what, Pamela, let's talk if you come by 10 o'clock. And of course, she keeps throwing it in my face now. But you said I come by 10 o'clock. I said, because I already told you that was the last time I was going to watch the kids for you. So I'm like, yeah, you want to have fun? Then have your fun. And guess what? This is an option that you lose. Okay? This is an option that you lose because it's never going to happen again. And I had supposed to watch the kids for her at her birthday. Her girlfriend. I told her, I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Canceling it. Nope, not happening. Get a babysitter. She wanted me to watch the kids Monday. Nope, get a babysitter. Okay? Because Monday I am going to spend the day, finishing up on my my lab projects that I have to work on. That's what I'm going to do. Okay? That's because, again, that's not happening. It's like I gotta tell her, I said, you put your own interests above the things that's important to me, and it's not like it's not like I'm asking you to. Oh, then she's gonna say, well, she said, how I want her to put me first. I was like, I have never told you that. Okay, and where did you get that idea? Okay. My point is, if I am watching the kids for you while you go out with your friends, your co-worker, I am doing you a favor. Then I have to go home. I need you to have that into consideration. Okay? And don't tell me about, I was going to put you in the cab. We never discussed this before that. Right? All of a sudden you want to make a decision, okay, because now I'm going to hang out late, I'm going to hang out whatever, come in whatever. I'm gonna just put Nigel in the cab. Yeah, but what? You come in 3 o'clock in the morning. Then what? Then I gotta take a cab. And guess what? By the time I get home, it's what? And if I'm sleeping, I gotta get up, get dressed. You know what I'm saying? Do all that because you're coming in late. Right? So this is what she doesn't understand. It's because with her, it's all about fun and having fun. And I love Kevin Samuels because, again, it shows you the mentality of a lot of black women who will basically just want to have fun all into their 50s. Fun. Date this, date that, date who, they do. Look at these Jewish people when they walk up and down here, right? These Jewish men and women, okay? The ones who are in their 40s and 50s. They're not out here acting like if they're in their 20s. Look at these Hispanic women. They're not out here acting as if they're in their 20s. If they're 50 years old, 40-something years old, you might find a few of them. But in the black community, the vast majority of black women in their 40s and 50s still acting as if they're in their 20s. And a lot of black men too. Not as much black men as black women, but a lot of black men too. Still acting like if they're in their goddamn 20s. Walking with their pants sagging, thinking that shit is cool. You know what I'm saying? You 40-something years, 50 years old. Pull your damn pants up. But this is why our community is in serious trouble. The black community is in serious trouble. Right? And all they can seem to do is participate in targeting. That's all they can seem to do. Right? They're at the lowest of the lowest in society. And all they can seem to do is to think about is targeting. And you believe this shit? So yeah, this is what's happening. They send the white girl out. Send the white girl out. They're doing the lesbian theme now with the white girl, with Pam. Okay, trust me, she ain't out here this time of the night bringing out garbage. They're full of shit. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying, and this is something that she doesn't get. She does not get. She doesn't want to get. Fun, 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 fun. That's all in her mind. Never mind the fact that I got to go home and take a test, right? Never mind that. And she told me today again. I'm having fun and this and that. She would tell me, well, I'm having fun. Then she started saying, well, I had it in my head that I told Shanika that what time she wants me home. I'm like, I'm not fucking Shanika. I'm not the babysitter. Okay? You knew it because I told you yesterday and I told you today. And I guess my better judgment, I still said, okay, you know what? I'll watch the kids for you. And even when I did you a solid, what did you do? You still took advantage. Except you didn't want to make the decision as a woman. Okay? But you took the cop out. And I told her, I said, you took the fucking cop out. That's what you did. You tried to put the decision on me. And I said to her, I said, yeah, I oblige. I said, because I read you like a fucking book. But I tell you what, this is the last time, so don't ever ask me again. Because when you ask me again, I'm going to curse you and you're not going to like it. So don't ask me. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like again, and she doesn't even quite understand. Like, I come over there, I'm cleaning up. I'm still cleaning up. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't live over here. What am I cleaning up for? And it's like and the people around her, is feeding into her. One thing with narcissistic people is that they love to be around people who they can get their supply from, what is called narcissistic supply, right? It means that the people who lie to them are just as narcissistic as they are, and they feed off of each other bullshit, right? So they never can see what it is that they're doing, right? But they'll look at you and tell what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And then she's like, I'm an empath. How are you an empath? People with empathy, people who are empath have empathy. They have consideration. They have concern. They have care. Okay? When people talk about their empath, what it really means is that they're vampires. That's what it really means. Okay? They need to be around people who they can suck, so they can use and abuse. And then talk about they're an empath. You're not an empath if somebody comes to you for help and you turn and you walk away. Especially if you work in the medical field. You're not an empath. You're not an empath if somebody gets mugged or robbed and as a police officer you treat them as if, they don't matter. And then you go home and, talking about you're an empath. That word is thrown about so much by people who don't even understand what it is. But they're an empath. You're not a fucking empath. You're a narcissist. That's what you are, a malignant narcissist. You know what I'm saying? And malignant narcissists, they can never change. So I told her tonight, I said, listen, you need to go to therapy. I said, you keep talking about you trying to do better. How are you trying to do better? The shit is like before. She said, I try to do better. Then 2 days later, she going back doing the same shit. Right? So I tell her, I said, don't try to do better because it's not in your character. Go to therapy first. Go to therapy. Develop the characteristic of someone who can say, I'm going to do better and apply it. And try very hard. They don't just speak it, they apply it. And they've been doing this shit all night since I've been on the phone with the TI. Driving by in their car, revving. At the bus stop, the bicycles revving all up and down. Making noise. Because you know what? I got to go take a test. But I'm going to take this test and, I'll speak to you guys on the next video.